Aloha and welcome to Knitted Paradise, where the needles are clicking and the yarn is squishy. My name is Lucia and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Pearl of the Pacific. Today is Saturday, February 25th, and this is episode 134. So hello everyone and welcome back. I think it's been about a month since I last recorded, which seems to be an okay schedule for me at the moment. So we'll just kind of see how this works out for now. I've been doing lots and lots of knitting on socks, so I have a lot of things to show you, and also I'm going to share a little bit about the knitting pipeline retreat that I went to. So let's get going with, I guess we'll start with On the Island. I've got one pair of socks, which here in my bag that I got last year at the knitting pipeline retreat. It's my wintry themed bag, and I finished actually the first sock yesterday. And the yarn is Yanton Tethera, and it's the Padero is the base, and the colorway is Honeydew, and it's this, it might be actually too light in here. I try to light things really well, it might actually have too much light in here, but it's like this gorgeous light shades of pink with pops of green and kind of this like mustardy yellow but almost brown. It's really cool. It's a really pretty color. And I did the pattern is that's the, I don't know, I turned autofocus off so now it's just all over the place, but that's the yarn company, and the pattern is the Prairie Socks by Kay of the Bakery Bears. And I saw that pattern, I was like, oh, that looks super nice. So I did that. I modified it to do a toe up, obviously, because that's how I knit my socks. Getting all tangled. So I finished the first one, and I'm almost ready. A couple more, maybe another inch or so before I do gusset increases for the second sock. So those are on the needles, and those are for a dear friend of mine. And so this is the only thing I have on the needles. I've just been kind of like churning out socks and socks and socks and socks. But that is the current project that I have going right now. And those will probably get done today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Thinking about all the other things that I need to get done today. My husband's at work today, and I was like, yes, I can finally record. Because I knit a whole bunch of socks for him that I wanted to share. So this is the thing that's on the island. Gosh, I've forgotten the name of my segment for Off the Needles. I totally blanked. Can you tell I'm like totally out of practice here? Anyway, Off the Needles is this lovely stack of socks. So I think last time I recorded I was working on these socks, which the main color is the Amy and Rory colorway from Mint Rain. And the heels, toes, and cuffs were just a gray that I found in my stash. And so those are done. Next, I think I finished these, which are out of Nerd Girl yarns in her Oh Snap base. And they use the Force colorway, and I used the pinstripe pattern. Let me show you more of the socks. So I love, it's funny, I think the two ends of the skein were a little different because they kind of patterned differently in terms of colors, but I think these are for my brother and I think he's really going to like them. So those got done, and then I knit these for my dad, and these are also in Nerd Girl yarns in her Oh Snap base on the Mr. Universe colorway. And that's what these look like. So this, I took these to the knitting pipeline retreat. I think I finished one on the way down, and then one I don't remember. Anyway, but these are done. These kind of pull differently too. So I think it's probably the same dye technique, but you can tell either my gauge was different. So this one swirled a little less than this one. But I think it's really cool with both of them I tried really hard. Actually, I didn't try that hard. It just kind of worked out. That on the front of the foot here is all this like green kind of flashing, and on the back is like purple flashing. And then when I got to the leg, because the pattern now goes all the way around, it's swirled. So I think these are super fun, and I think my dad's really going to like them. I was talking to my mom about what colors he might like, and she said that he mostly wears his hand-knit socks when he gets dressed up, which is not very often, because he wears like cotton socks to work and play tennis, and so when he dresses up, which is maybe like twice a month, in Hawaii things aren't very dressy, is when he wears these socks. And for our wedding, our colors were blue and purple, and we gave him this purple sweater to wear because we got married in the winter. And he loves this purple sweater. He wears it all the time. So I thought, oh, I'll get him some yarn with purple in it, and also I know a lot of his dress-up shirts have green, like his aloha shirts, which is pretty dressy in Hawaii. If you wear an aloha shirt and like long pants and closed-toed shoes, that's like black tie affair. It's pretty fancy. Anyway, but I know he wears that purple sweater a lot, so I got him these that were kind of fun. And so those will get mailed off. And then the last pair that I finished was another one out of Nora Girl Yarns. I ordered those 3 at the same time, also in the O Snap base, because these were all for guys, and it's a 75-25 BFL nylon base, which is what I like to use for guys because I know they're a little harder on their socks than I tend to be. Like I've knit a few for my husband out of like a merino nylon, and he wears through the heels a little faster, so I try to get a little hardier of a yarn for him. And these are Throwback Ecto 1, and he is a huge fan of Ghostbusters, and so I was looking all over the place for a Ghostbusters themed yarn, and he really likes the car, the Ecto 1, and so I found these, and I just think this is so fun. So it's mostly white because the car is mostly white. Sorry, cat playing with yarn. And but it has the blue and the red and the black, and I think he's really going to like these. And this pair and this pair, I both did the skip rib pattern. So that's the pattern on those. And that was super simple. But this is what I took with me to the knitting pipeline retreat, because I was like, oh, my husband's not there. I'm going to knit all of his socks. I really just one. I had one left. So I finished those. And, oh, the last ones that I was just blocking this morning, because he's at work. Finally block his socks. Were these that I think I showed the yarn for last time. This is a Mint Rain self-striping in the Gryffindor colorway. And I did the Party It Up, Getting Down pattern. I think that's what it's called. It's something like that. It's by Megan Williams of the Stockinette Zombies. And I just thought that was so fun. For my pair, I did the skew socks because I wanted it to be slanted like the tie. But I tried to knit that for someone else, and it was really hard to get it to fit on their foot. And so I figured this was another way. Here, it's still a little damp, but I can take it off here. To get it to slant a little bit without, but it's easier to get it to fit. So it slants. So you do some short rows here in order to get the bias, and then you knit on a bias, and then you, at the top, unbias things, and then finish it off. So those will be hopefully dry before he gets home, or I'll have to hide them somewhere. So those are the socks that I finished, which seems like a lot. I've just been knitting socks like crazy. It's been a little insane. Sorry, the cat is on. I have this little table here in front of me, and the cat is knocking things over. It's okay. I tried to record this a few minutes ago, and he got up here and started like destroying everything. So him being on the table is a little better. Alright, so let's talk about what I got at the Knitting Pipeline Retreat. So on Friday morning, I took a bus out west and met up with Sarah, who's another crafty girl, and her fiance, and we drove down together. And we got to the area a little early, and so we're like, hey, let's look up one of the yarn shops in the area. So we found the Fiber Universe was kind of on our way, so we stopped there. And we got matching skeins of yarn, as you do when you stop by knitting stores with your friends. So we asked what was a yarn that was super local, and they said Chicken Knits is a dyer who is very local and dyes just for that shop. I think she may have some online things. Anyway, but I liked it when I get souvenir skeins. I like to get things that are that you can't really get other places. So we got this, which is a 80/20 merino nylon, 400 yards in the colorway Journal, which is these lovely shades of like gray with pops of color. So I'm really excited to see how this will knit up. I got a matching skein for it so I could make it into a shawl. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but we'll see. So that's exciting. And then at the Knitting Pipeline Retreat, I picked up my Fat Squirrel Fiber Retreat bag. It has a little tag here. I tried to resist, and then I looked at the bag because I know she does one every year for the retreat, and I looked at it and I was like, no, I need this one. It's so pretty. I love it so much. So I'm really excited about this. I got the large wedge, which is plenty big for me for large shawls or even a sweater. I can mostly fit it in here. Sometimes when I have like worsted weight sweaters, I get a little big for this, but the large wedge seems to be a pretty good size for me. So that's what I got. And then I'd also kind of, I guess, pre-ordered some things from Sarah from her Etsy store because someone had asked me to knit some socks for a friend of theirs, or two friends of theirs, and they wanted orange and red, and I was like, oh, where am I going to get just like bright orange and red? So I went into Sarah's shop and found perfect things. So I got some orange and red. Uh-oh. Cat, no. No, 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 no. Down. Crisis avoided. All right. So I got, this is, the orange one is in her strong sock, and it's called Bright Orange. So this is very bright. I asked him, like, do they like bright colors? And he's like, yeah, they do. So I was like, all right, Bright Orange. And then this one I think is called Bright Red. It is, and this is on her Twinkle sock. So these are going to be commission knit socks for a friend of mine. And then while I was in the shop, I really just couldn't resist this. It's I Can Fix It. This is I think my third base of hers with this colorway. I'm just kind of addicted to it. And this is her alpaca sock, which I did not have. I've not tried it, so I'm super excited to try that. And also on her alpaca sock, I picked up this awesomeness as a giveaway for the podcast, and it's called Phenomena. Dun 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 dun. That gives you a little reference. It's a Sesame Street colorway based on Phenomena. So that's really exciting. So yeah, I'm excited to try this. I'm actually going to make socks out of this, so to try it out, and then I'll let you know when this will be up for a giveaway. So that was my another crafty. Oh no, I got one more. It's buried in here. I got this one. It's Man and Machine. It's one of her Overwatch colorways, which is a video game. And I just really liked the colors. It's a gray with greens, like these bright greens and kind of natural. Sorry, I'm cat interference here. Anyway, so I was actually it really matches my shirt. Here, let me show you the shirt. So this is a shirt that my friend designed and had it up on, it wasn't Shirt Woot, it was something. But it says introverting, and then it has like a charging battery, and it says quiet please. And this matches it perfectly. That's really exciting. I had totally forgotten about that, but I saw this and I was like, I need this. So I have no idea what that's going to be. Maybe socks, probably socks, but you know, we'll see. Apparently, like, these two kind of look very similar, except this one's got more colors. Anyway, I have a thing going for like grays with color. So those were another crafty girl. I went a little crazy there. Two of those were commission knit orders. So I don't feel so bad about those. And then, of course, the bag that you get, this bag, was blue this year. With, of course, the red cardinal. It says Knitting Pipeline on it. And in it came 2 skeins of Quince & Company Finch, and I got the Stream colorway, which is really pretty, and I think it will go really well with the like light pink. I think it's like a really light rose color that I got last year. No idea what I'm gonna do with it, but I hadn't like slated that for a project yet, so I think those will go really well together. And then I went to Leading in Fiber Arts and picked up this skein to go with the chicken knits that I got. And it's the Showstopper base in the Green Gables colorway. And I'm pretty excited about that. And then I went to Yarn Geek Fibers, who I had been, like, I'd always wanted a skein of her yarn, and I don't know why I never got one. But this year I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a skein of her yarn. So I was looking around at the different colors and colorways, and I saw this one. And then I looked at the color or the color name, and I was like, yep, I need that. So this is on her Rocketeer base, and the colorway is To Boldly Go, which, if you don't know, is a Star Trek reference. So I'm really excited about that. This will probably become a shawl. It's 500 yards, I think. Let me look. 3-ply fingering, MCN, almost 500 yards. They have 496 yards. So I think this is going to be a shawl. I might have to add a little bit. I'm liking bigger shawls. I really like bigger shawls. And so I might have to add something to it, but I'm really excited about this. So I'll have to knit that while watching Star Trek. I think that's it. Ooh, I also stopped by Kitchen Counter Crafter. She had these darning needles, 4 for $1, and I've been looking for these because I have a few that have these blunter tips, and then I have a whole bunch that have these really pointy tips, which just really aren't good. They're really hard because they catch on like individual fibers rather than like the whole stitch when trying to weave in ends. So I picked up 4 of those. I might pick up more at YarnCon because I know she's going to be there, and or I think she's going to be. I think that's what she said. She's going to be at YarnCon. Anyway, I got 4 of those, but I like to keep a Notions kind of tin or bag in kind of all of my bags, and so I like to have that spread around. Yeah, if you see on Instagram, I posted a picture of, because I've been trying to keep up with the Yarn Love Challenge, and one of them was tools, and so I posted a picture of my Swift and yarn winder that I use a lot, and then a picture of kind of the typical things I keep in my little kind of Notions kit that I keep in all my bags. So I have a pair of foldable scissors, I have locking stitch markers, I have regular stitch markers, I have a darning needle and a yarn threader, like a needle threader. So those are the typical things. And then sometimes I'll also have like a tape measure, or if I'm doing socks, I'll have my yarn ruler, my sock ruler, which I actually have here. Haha, this thing, just super handy. And I've actually written in names of people on the sock ruler, so I know, like with my name, my husband's, and some friends of ours. I need to add some more, so that I know when I'm knitting them socks. I just put it in here and I'm like, oh, it's almost up to, you know, so-and-so. And I can kind of gauge other people. Like, I know what size I wear and I know what size my husband wears, so a lot of times I'm like, oh, my brother's about the same size. His feet are a little bit bigger than my husband, so I just knit a little past that. So I can kind of gauge based on those, but it's just good to have those written in. But I think that's it for this week. So I was kind of rushing toward the end, you'll see, because my camera timer was about to run out, and I just remembered that I totally forgot to talk about one of the major things from the Knitting Pipeline Retreat, which was the needle felted snowman. So Amber Linneman, who's Yarn Hoarder, and her daughter were there, and her daughter taught a class on needle felting, which was fantastic. She did a great job. She brought all of these like tiny little things that she had needle felted, and they were really cool just to see those in person. And I'd never done needle felting, But I was like, you know what, I want to give this a try. I like snowman, and we're going to try this. So they had little kits available, which was super handy. And yeah, so I learned how to needle felt a snowman, which was really fun. And I think mine turned out pretty well. I had to adjust the different ball sizes to make sure that he would actually kind of stand up. But somehow I ended up with a kind of flat edge in one of the bigger ball, and so I was like, sweet, it'll stand up. So it does kind of stand on its own. I haven't put his arms in yet. She did so they included like the wool felt for the body, and then a little orange for his nose and black for his eyes and mouth and buttons, and I mean everything came in the kit. It was fantastic. And but Heidi had made, like, out of paper clips, had bent these little like mitten hands, and they're so cute. But I need to make holes for them, and then she said to glue them in there so that they stay there, because otherwise the cat's gonna get to it, as I found out earlier when trying to record, and he almost stole my snowman, but I got it back just in time. So quick save, snowman save. But I'm so excited about this, and I still have some of the white fluff left over, and definitely some of the orange and black left over. And so I love the movie The Snowman. If you haven't watched it, you definitely should. It's just a short animated film. It's like 25 minutes, and there's no talking except for in the very beginning. It's all music. There's one song that has lyrics, but the rest of it is just music, and it's so pretty. I think it's all hand drawn. Anyway, it's really cool. But I want to make that snowman, like, from the movie. So I think I have enough left over to do that. So that's my next needle felting project. So I'm excited about that. But I wanted to show that off. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. And he actually made it back intact somehow. I don't know. I like very gingerly put him in my bag, and like with nothing on top, and he came back without getting too smushed. So that was great. Yeah, so I wanted to insert that in there just to show that off and say thank you to Yarn Hoarder and her daughter for providing that and doing that class, because I really, really enjoyed it. I can see a lot of needle felting in my future. Stabbing things with a needle was kind of really cathartic in a way. Not gonna lie, it was kind of fun. So I'm excited to try some new needle felting adventures, I guess. So look for those in the future. Alright, now back to your regularly scheduled programming. No, I forgot, I also ordered some needles from an Etsy store. I needed some more size zeros, so I got some more ChiaoGoo size 0 32-inch. And also, while at the retreat, I tried some 9-inch circulars. Yarn Hoarder had some, and so I was like, oh, can I try knitting on those? And so I did. And my gauge is totally different than hers, so there's one stripe on those socks that's way tighter than the rest, but whatever. But I ordered a set of these, so I'm going to try them out and see how they go. But I can see that my camera is about to run out, so I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!